Alright guys, since my progress is pretty slow right now on the back storage area, since the funds are not here for any new lumber at the moment, so I'm going to have to just do some other projects while I'm at the tiny house. What I want to do is my tester here. This is basically, I can hook this up to 12 volts. And here's the source, so I have the negative and the positive, and I'd hook this side up to a battery and then this side up to a load. So this meter will actually tell me in detail what my 12 volt loads are doing. So what I want to do, I saved these alligator clips from another project, and I want to add them onto the load side of this contraption. So what I'm going to do is take the needle nose, carefully open the little clamps, and then maybe I can solder these later on when I'm set up. But for now, it'll just be just a pressure fit. I'm just bending the opening here up so I can add these two, or add the load side over here easily on these fittings, on these wires. Oops. This one seems to be that's better. If I squeeze the little metal connectors down, it should hold these guys in place. I'm just giving it a little pinch, and that is pretty secure on there. So what I want to do now is I want to add a little bit of black electrical tape on there just to be safe, to insulate the wires. So you guys see what I did now? So I have the alligator clamp hooked up onto the wire here. So I'm just going to put a little black tape, electrical tape around there, and I will grab that because it's probably in the far room. As far as I know. Yep, storage room. And I'll grab the red tape as well while I'm back here, because I'm going to do the same for the positive side. Just as precaution, guys, you know. And that way my meter will be set up easy so I can test stuff, which is kind of important. I can check all my future LED loads. Oops. Apparently the glue on the tape is a little too cold. We'll see if I can double wrap this thing though. There we go. I just, you know, when you're using 12 volt and the wires are so close together, guys, it's better to, safe than sorry, to spend a little time isolating stuff with some electrical tape like I did here. That way, you know, you feel confident that the wires are never going to touch and destroy or short out whatever you're trying to accomplish, right? So next, we'll try the positive wire. Let's see if I can get that in there. Yep, that worked. We gotta unzoom so you guys can kind of see. So he's up on the wire now. Then I just take some needle nose pliers and give the metal connectors here, a little pinch, fold them over down onto the positive wire there, and then give it a little tug, test it, that's good, and then some, obviously some red tape to color coat and help protect things further. Oops. Overkill on the tape, but tape is relatively cheap. Oops. Okay, that's pretty decent. Tape's kind of loose on there, but it's still isolated. So there we go, guys. So now I have clamps on here. Now to isolate the clamps, what I need to do is put this over top. Now I think I made a mistake, and this should have been over top of them first. Yeah, that sucks. Oh boy. Okay, so obviously I missed a step. Not good. But what I can do is simply shove this over top and then just cut open this end, and then that will be that. Because this end really is no good to me now. And as long as I have a little bit of material in between these guys, everything should be cool. What I can do even is cut it up here. Just let's see if I have my box cutter. I doubt it. Everything's all over the tiny house. So if I take a knife and just cut a strip down there, I can probably just shove this over and then twist it after the fact. So let's do that. We'll work with what we got, guys. Working with the mistake there. Obviously I could take everything apart, but that would be a big suck factor. Actually, I can probably cut that with scissors. I'll just do that because that's probably easy enough. So it's either gonna work or I'll just cut it. I'm either gonna just cut along here, open that up, or just cut this end right off and then be done with it. We'll try this first, so do the positive first. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, look at that. That worked just fine, guys. So the clamps, you know, are still good to go. So we'll do that again. Obviously next time, I totally forgot about these, but I did want to use them. But this will work, no issue. It's just so, you know, if the projects you're working on moves, or something along those lines, that way these things don't bump each other, the metal on metal contact, because that would be a short, right? So let me go like this, so the ends are sticking out a little bit. And obviously to separate them, you just want a little space in between here. You can even put something in between so they do not make contact with one another. So now, if I had a couple more of those clamps, which would be handy, that would be nice, because then I could hook that up to a battery more easily. Let's go ahead and grab my LED grow light here, strip light, and now you guys can see why I wanted this. So I can go like this and go like this, and now the negative and the positive are hooked up. all I need to do is hook this end up to a battery source, and we can test this bad boy out, which I do want to do, believe it or not. I need some decent wire though to do this test. That's the trick. I may even put this shutoff in. Not on this per se, but before the load. That way I can control the load with the switch. Shut it on and off, my grow lights. And then this thing can just sit idle. It's, oh, update on the temperature in here. It's been about an hour. 42.3 Fahrenheit inside the tiny house. 68% humidity. Still the humidity's a little high. 30.7 Fahrenheit outside. So give her 2 hours in the tiny house and we'll be up to snuff. But now that's quite a better job now, guys. So my little clamps seem to be working okay, and I'll have to rig up something where I can easily test this guy. I wonder if I could test it on here. These lithium batteries. I have no clue. We'll find out. Not today though. Somebody will give me a holler and say, hey, do it this way. So that's it for now, guys, for this little project. So that's pretty decent, actually. Pretty happy with that. Other than these things I didn't put on right away. So we'll see you guys in a bit.